Hey guys, this is Kevin from the Cyber channel, coming in with a Kantai green-red deck profile, featuring Haruna and some of the good green-red stuff that is in the set right now. And then after I go through the deck, I'm going to go through Kantai 3 stuff that is coming out soon for Japanese. And another thing is I have constructed this deck with the restriction list, and I'll also link a Udakuya WordPress.com link below if you guys are interested in the Genkali previews and Kyokai Rin that they've done recently. So yeah, without further ado, start with the start with the Ushiokai stock bomb or clock bombs. I'm sorry, clock bombs. And the shift ability, which makes it pretty nice if you don't if she's in damage early, and she's pretty much predominantly useful for stuff that you don't want to hit the waiting room and or reverse. So yeah, pretty good. Still used. Next is my choice of the choose one. This is Hibiki, pretty much. Anti-heal when she's in memory, and pay 1 on reverse. You get a 1/0 Verni. That's pretty much sitting at 6k for your early game, and pretty good beater. I only run her at 3 because I usually don't have a hard time opening her with my support at 0. So yeah, and also helps with compression. So the more you have in there, the better. But you know. Next is the Inazuma Searchers with the Riki Light cost, but she has to be sent to the rating room, and her on play top check. If it's a fleet girl, she's okay, and then if there's climax, she has to be rested. So I usually put her in the back if she gets rested in that event. But it's for what we have right now. It's pretty much the searcher of choice. Next is the staple of the Akatsuki in a Moment in Winter. Drop 1 from hand on play. You look at the top 4, up to the top 4, and then choose a fleet girl and add to hand. Helps with the helps she get out of floods, CX floods, and all that jazz. You know why we play it. Pretty good. Next is the in front 0/0 level 0 killer if you pay 1. Yeah. So along with the clock bomb, this is for fuel removal at level 0 if you need to. There's some pesky level 0s that you don't want to live or don't want to get reversed. You use this ability, and you can use that as stock out too. So, you know, that's what it's not ideally hot in the later game, but you know, there's some times where your opponent has 0s at level 1 in the front row. So yeah, good stock out if you need to pay it out. But there are also other ways to pay out stock in this build too, because I'm running 3 of the searchers. Murasonic High with a climax she gains 15, and if I don't get the Inazumas off, I can just on attack pay 1, search for a fleet girl. This one is I'm not restricted by level, so you can pick out anything you want. And that's my 0 game. Pretty standard for something that can actually do well in competitively. Next, sorry. Next is the 1-0. I'm starting with the counters, so I'm going to go with the 2 of the 1-0 red counters from the first set. Pretty much free 15. And you can also play the 1-1 that potentially gives 2-5 as a substitute if you can generate feasible stock. So that's an alternative, but I like the free 1-0s. Next is the support for the anti-salvage kind of thing. Yubari, she'll gain 2k. You can choose to have her gain 2k for if your opponent salvages at any time, and she is my lifeline at level 2. If I'm low on cards, so she's pretty good in that accord. And her only detriment thing is you have to have more than one climax in the room to have her played. But unless you get refreshed early, that might be a problem. Other than that, it's pretty easy. So yep, that is my beater at 1. Next is the staple. The staple of the 1-0 Verni that goes with a change in the Piki, and pretty much self-explanatory really. You wanna mill her off or open and get her to the waiting room immediately to get off my Piki. So pretty good. Although she's not a light cruiser, you can't really power up with Notori on the Suicider if you try to put her in here. So that's the only detriment to that. But other than that, she's really good. Next is the running 3 of the Tatsuda. She is my stock generator, and pretty much that. I prioritize her at 3 rather than 2 because I need to open her to actually have a level 3 game that's pretty good. So yeah, she does is rest her and put a Fleet Girl in your waiting room and put it under her as a marker. Then you play the gate, anchors away. You put that stock under her or put the marker under her, put it in stock. So yeah, potential 4. If you have only one of her, potential 4 stock per turn, kind of thing. Next is the Tenryu. I'm only running at 2 because my one line is pretty heavy as it is, and I could probably use her stock out moderately, and sometimes there are some things that won't let you, or you probably don't want to salvage, like the mirror, or that other Kantai build, the yellow-green thing. If your opponent plays Hatakaze, yeah, that thing. So, you pay 1 on attack, you salvage, and then if you have 2 or more Fleet Girls on board, she gains 1k. So, yeah, so like a moderate mid-range beater, not too powerful. But if you play Notori, as I said before, you can have some crazy attackers. The only level 2 card I'm playing is the 2-1 anti-level bottom deck counter. For the one, that's a pretty good one-off. And in the next set, we're gonna have some alternatives to a anti-level play. So she'll be short-lived, unless for some reason she's still relevant. So yep, that's my only level 2 I play. So my 3 line could be a little heavy for some people. So I'm playing 2 tea time. She salvages on play, and her early play requirement is 6 or more climaxes. So not too difficult with this deck unless you refresh before. And she gains 1k if there are 2 or more Fleet Girls. Wait, 2 or more, or 2 or more? Yeah, 2 more Fleet Girls on board. So walking 10-5 before assists. Very good. I usually salvage her, the other copy of her when I play the first one, and just go off from there. Next is the 3-2 Haruna. One of the, well, it's a side boss, pretty much. Oh, sorry. She is the top check burn if it's a fleet girl. And during the encore step, if your board is reversed in the front row, you can pay 1 to super encore her, and pretty much that's the good part. And her act ability, simply rest 1 character, she gets 1k. So, yep. You get it for 2. And then, to help couple with the Haruna, I'm running 3 of the Hyuga Kai Clock Kickers. She gains 2k in Clock Kick on play, as long as you drop a card on play, and when you have activate an act ability, she gains 1k. That only happens once per turn, per copy of Hyuga Kai. So she'll gain 1k if you have if you use an act ability. So synergize as well. So easy 1300 Clock Kick. Lastly, I'm running 3 of the Haruna Kai from set 2. You know, a lot of people object this card, but because of Congo is a better finisher than this, but this is a tech option because I rely on the Hyuga to finish off games, so this is a tech choice just in case I run into some kind of like targetable things that target and that can disrupt my attack lines. So what she does is on play, look at the top 3, choose 1 card among the 3, and send the rest to the rain room. So you can get her climax or whatnot, and then her on attack ability on climax combo with the gate. She gains the ability of top decking a card from your opponent's waiting room, and she gains 2k in hexproof or not targetable condition until the end of your opponent's next turn. So yeah, kind of nice that I had her in SR form, so better than her regular double rare. Just a side note. And then I run 8 gates. Not particularly healthy in today's meta, but I don't know. There's gonna be some changes, obviously. So I'll segue into that. I'll probably go through that. You know, this is pretty much generally basic. What the plays you can do with this deck, and it's feast or famine really, and yeah, it depends on your matchup. But it's generally a good deck for beginners and a cheap option, a relatively cheap option. So yeah, I'll probably go into the Kantai 3 stuff. I'll link down below a WordPress.com link, as I said. Let's see, the Amagi, 000 yellow, that gives the center 500, and on climax she's a Akatsuki, pretty much like a top 4, and get a fleet girl at the hands on the rest of the rain room. That's pretty much a mainstream kind of card for the set. Also, there is the Prince Admiral Hipper 1-0 that is like a invite to Party Asuna, but she only gains 2k on her attack with the stock soul, and she's in green, so we're gonna have a good searcher for green. So yeah, and then next is her 3-2, the Prince 3-2. That is a alternative finisher that doesn't need a climax. And then I think it's on play, you get a 1-0 hipper Prince and send it under, or put it under the 3-2 under has a marker, and she'll gain the 3-2 will gain I think it's she'll gain some amount of power according to your opponent's level across from her. So yeah. And also she is I think it's a pay 3 discard 1 restand on reverse. So yeah, alternative finisher. Next is the Abakuma. As I said before, we need more variations of a anti-level play at level 2. So she is a anti-level suicider, 2/1 red. Yeah, that's pretty much the only relevant thing. Also, I think it's on play if you top deck she has ability to top deck, and if it's a climax, you burn your opponent for 1, I think. So yeah, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Next is the Graf Zeppelin, the 2K. The 2/1 that gives level 3 characters 2K, and then if you pay 2 and rest her, you can pretty much do the shift ability on your clock. So yeah, but I think yeah, for more specifications you can look it up. But it's pretty much the gist of the card. And then there's also Kashima as an alternative finisher, but that has a gate climax, along with her companion card. I forgot her name, but she also works. You can also play the 2/1 Minami clone, I guess, with the gold bar, but I probably wouldn't do it. But that's an alternative if you're streamlining a green build. You can also play Bismarck, but I wouldn't play Bismarck at all because she's not that great. Or, I mean, you can use her as Stark Generator, but I have probably an already condensed 3-line already, so I probably wouldn't have any room for her. And lastly, not the Summer Jinsu. That's pretty much the savior, almost the savior, as a non-common. And you damage yourself 1, discard 1, you search a climax out of your deck. Yeah, and she's an uncommon, so yep, that's that's probably our Kuwame kind of like thing, but I think she was a rare. No, she wasn't. Yeah, Kuwame was a rare. But yeah, that's how we can get our climaxes consistently. So get our level 1 games a lot better. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. So yeah, this is my Haruna / hype for Kantai 3 profile thing. So yeah, thanks guys.